So the hardest content in Warframe is the Elite Deep Archimedea. You unlock it by having Kavya Syndicate at rank 5, then you just need to do Deep Archimedea, after that the Elite version will be unlocked. But what actually makes it hard? Well, first of all, you don't get to play what you want. You get to choose one of 3 from each frame, primary, secondary and melee, chosen at random. You also have these potentially run-disturbing modifiers if you want the max rewards, aka guaranteed tauforged archon shards or legendary arcanes. Some of these absolutely change the way you play and build. You then need to play 3, again, rotating missions in a row with 1 life. You can still revive downed teammates, but there is even a limit of how many times you can get downed. If your teammate fully dies, you need to take care of the Void Angel. Only then will a teammate come back to life, but the number 1 priority is that you don't die. Now you might be thinking that it's all absolutely up to RNG, based on your loadout, if you succeed or not. But that, my friends, is far from the truth. I'm gonna be showing you all the steps I take before I hop into the Elite Archimedea. First things first, you see the rewards here. The final reward is 50 Phosphor. This is garbage. That's a quarter of an arcane pack. So luckily for us, if we get a really hard modifier like powerless, we can just remove it. With this, we still get the legendary reward and it saves us so much headache and time. If you get an incredibly bad loadout, you can apply all the modifiers and choose one thing of your choice, either that being a really good weapon or a frame that can single-handedly carry the mission. Again, you will be at 34, getting all the important rewards. So here, for an example, I got Fenmore, which is a good weapon, and I got Gauss, which is a really good frame. So I will just equip all of these here and remove Powerless. You really should be playing in a squad, it helps immensely. Soloing Archimedea can be a very big pain, especially if there will be disruption or mirror defense. On disruption, the conduits can be destroyed by any enemy, so if you go kill a demolist, that leaves your conduit vulnerable. And mirror defense, the objective has way too low HP, and if you don't focus, it can get destroyed in seconds. Running corrosive projection on everyone in a squad can help a lot. This basically removes almost 3/4 of the enemy armor at all times. Invulnerability is your friend. Rolling guard, any frame skills that make you invisible or invulnerable are very strong here. Good energy economy is a must. High efficiency, high energy pool, equilibrium, energy nexus, nourish, whatever it may be, you shouldn't ever find yourself totally without energy. The school I find the most useful is Vazarin. Protective Sling is just amazing for survivability. It's not the most fun method, but it works wonders. Not only can you get immunity and heal yourself, but your teammates as well. Mending Soul is also great since it lets you revive your teammates instantly without putting yourself in danger. And if that wasn't enough, Guardian Shell and Guardian Break apply another layer of protection. For the Operator Arcanes, we have Magus Cloud. This just helps with the Protective Sling and makes it more consistent. Also higher range for your teammates. Magus Elevate, I'm sure this is not news to you, one of the most common healing arcanes out there. For the amp, I use 547. With this amp you can actually revive yourself with Unairu's passive, Last Gasp, even against pretty high level enemies. The middle click just does absurd damage, especially paired with 2 of the best damage arcanes, Eternal Onslaught and Eternal Eradicate. For the companion, you get to choose it yourself every time. We go for Vaska Kavat. Now you might be wondering, what in the hell is Vaska Kavat? Well, we take it for one simple reason. Transfusion. This will make the cat revive us by only sacrificing 20% of its own HP. Then we have Animal Instinct and Fetch, which are a must-have companion mods. Rest of the mods are just to make the cat survive and also make the respawn time shorter. If you don't have to worry about survivability and you got lucky with your loadout, you can go for Nautilus. Cordon is an incredible mod for stacking enemies, paired with other mods that buff your frame, and the Wool Clock, which will give us 20% more crit chance with all the Vigi mods, plus critical delay for Tenacious Bond. 2 more things you can control in this game mode, and one of them is your gear wheel. So here you should have ammo pads, energy pads, on-call crew, ancient healer Spectre, these are amazing by the way, Spectre 1, Spectre 2, 3, 4, 5, you get the point. Argon Deployer, why not? This can also help you if you get absolutely terrible loadout. Specters are incredibly overpowered. They scale with the current mission level, and when you make a Zerg army of them, it can get kinda ridiculous. Just write Spectre in your foundry and I'm sure you will have a lot of these from just playing the game. Craft one of each and you are all ready to go. I wouldn't really bother with Cosmic Specters since they only make 1, but 1 to 3 star Specters are really good. Best Warframes for these are Dante, Wisp, Protea and Nidus. Just remember to use battery weapons since, like this, they will never run out of ammo. There is even a Stalker Spectre. I honestly did not even notice it until I started making this video. Well, there you go, another Spectre. And lastly, we have our Necramech. If you ever find a computer that summons it, you should definitely hack it. If you are confused by the hacking, just use a cipher. We use Voidrig because... Archwebex. This is one of the most ridiculous thing in the entirety of Warframe. It absolutely deletes everything that decides to make an appearance on your screen. So here for the build we have the Exodia, base damage, multi-shot crit chance and damage fire rate, and an element, which in this case is viral heat. Mausolon is pretty similar, but we just go for radiation since it's a good element against the murmur. You can use this weapon from your mech and also from your archon deployer. Heavy weapon right here is your deployer. We won't go too much in depth into the Necramech build since there is 12 goddamn mods, but just make sure you don't get nuked in 1 second. Efficiency, duration and max energy also helps with making your Archwebex last for 73 years. And the last thing I have up my sleeve is to make your frame as ugly as possible. If you do this, the enemies will be disgusted and have worse aim while looking at you. The aim reduction goes from 20 to 40% based on how ugly you are. I hope I at least got you on the first part. Gameplay wise, always stay together and play like a team. Communicate with pings and chat. If someone gets downed, best way to rest them if you don't have any more charges or you don't have Vazarin at all, to make sure you're not standing in bull sheesh, go to operator and rest from stealth. Sometimes modifiers can prevent you from using operator or prevent using the gear wheel, but 100% of the time you will be able to use at least some of the things you learned today, and that will be enough to make the runs more pleasant and successful. If your team is not that confident or your loadouts are not the greatest, you should think twice before summoning an extra Necramech to reduce the mission timer. This can lead to chain reaction of carpeting, so just be cautious. In conclusion, Elite Archimedea is really hard if you come unprepared, but if you are prepared for an apocalypse, you can expect pretty chill runs. And of course, grouping up with your team from recruit chat will be much better than just going in mission on public and hoping you will get people to join. Like this, you can talk about group composition. Does somebody have armor stripping Warframe? Do we go for 4 corrosive projections? Should you be the one to helmet a certain ability for team support or anything else really? That's all for today. I wish you all the best RNG in getting tauforged shards and legendary arcanes. If you enjoyed the video and want to see more, be sure to like, comment and or subscribe. Come on, only 1% of you are subscribed. I will catch you in the next one.